Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Celebrity Boxing. This is the showdown in DC, President's Day. As promised, Celebrity Boxing is now coming into your home. We've got a 5-match card, starting it off with good versus bad. It's the battle of TV characters as Raymond Red Reddington from Blacklist takes on none other than Walter White from Breaking Bad. Now, we're going to play quick play version for this game. The first 2 matches will be quick play, and since this is the opening match, it will be a quick play game, which means it'll be a sanctioned 8-round bout as usual, but each fighter will use 2 dice instead of the traditional 4, and we'll be playing with 2-round segments. So there'll be 4 rolls of the dice for each component. Walter White comes in as a tier 1, 140 point total. That's his rating. 63% knockout rating. Taking on Raymond Reddington with a 125. He's a tier 2 fighter, 42% on the KO list. Walter White will have the option. He will go first. Of course, since he is the competitor, we'll find out what the rating adjustment is. Who is the favorite? Who has the advantage? Walter White will be in the purple, and Reddington will be in the green when we're looking at the dice. Let's look at the combatants. You got Walter White has a 140 rating. So you look at his 140. Minus Reddington's 125 because he's a tier 2, so just a step less. That's a difference of 15. Okay, we have an 8-round bout. That means for every round, each segment will be a total of 4 points. Or I should say 2, 4, 6, 8. No, it'll be 4 points. We have 4 segments into 16, goes 4. All right. Actually, the 7th and 8th round, it'll be just 1. So it'll be 4, 4, 4, that's 12, 13, 14, 15. So the advantage, let's type it in, will be White. Walter White will have an advantage as we get ready to start the big showdown here in DC. Walter White will have a 4-point round advantage. And then 3 points in rounds 7 and 8. All right, here we go. So Walter White will kick off. Again, they're going to be rolling 2. Since Walter White is a tier 1, he will be rolling with a 12-sided die. And since Raymond Reddington is a tier 2, he will start with a 10-sided die. All right, so 12 versus a 10, a little bit of advantage for Walter White in that category. And both fighters for the round segments will roll a 20-sided added to that. So Walter White will kick off. Again, in Celebrity Boxing, for those of you who don't know it yet, quick play version, if it's double ones, is a potential automatic knockout with a re-roll. 6 to 20 on a 20-sided die is the automatic knockout. Everything else, 1 to 5, is a special event, which that event could be a knockdown, an injury, a cut, or whatnot, and we would roll for that. Doubles will get you an auto event. Anything that doubles with those 2, 1s, 2s, 3s, all the way up to 12s, 12 and 12 for Walter White. On the flip side, it would go to 10 for Raymond Reddington. And of course, a 20, if the 20 comes up on the 20-sided die, what does that mean? That means you automatically get a chance to go for a knockdown, cut, foul, or injury. You go to that special event chart and see what happens. So here we go. Walter White set to go. Walter White, Raymond Reddington. Who is the biggest tough guy on TV today? Well, Walter White's show ended Breaking Bad, but some would argue it is the best show of all time, at least in the last 15 or 20 years. Here's Walter White with the roll. Walter White rolls a 2 and a 2. There's the double. The double automatically comes up for Walter White. He will automatically go to the chart, and we're going to go to the chart right now because it's a 2-2. That means something happened, so we're going to re-roll it. a six-sided die to see which we go after. It's a 6. So if we go here to the differential, we see a 6-6 is an injury. So we've got an injury automatically right off the bat. That's a rare thing. Let's go to the injury chart. 1 to 6, very simple. We're going to just lower this a little bit so you can see it a little better. Okay, 1 to 6, and let's see what happens. He could hurt himself. Let's see. Walter White's roll is a 6. Concussion, a concussion, -3 points per segment for the remainder of the fight. So Walter White has a concussion. Boxer that rolled the result. So it's a concussion for Walter White, and we will have to check for a TKO. So let's now look. Let's go put this on there. Walter White's roll was a 4, so he only gets 4 points for the round segment. Okay, 4 points plus his added 4, so he's got 8. All right, 8 points for Walter White. And that's all he scored. And then we're going to put down here concussion. White suffers concussion. Round 1-2 segment. So we got to find out what round it is after we get through this. So let's see. Walter White suffers a concussion. We're going to have to roll to see, was there a TKO? And we simply go to the TKO chart, which is not hard to find. Right there. We're looking at a 1 to 12. So we're going to roll 2 dice here and see, was it a TKO at all? Hopefully not. Hopefully these guys can still go at it. We don't know yet. Okay, let's see. Was it a TKO? Let's bring our dice in here. First check. It is a 9. No TKO. So Walter White will continue, but he's going to lose 3 points for the next 3 segments. So that is not good news for you Walter White fans, because what that means is his advantage is pretty much gone. -3. So he won't lose 3 for the first one, but the remainder of the fight, Walter White is in trouble. All right, now we're going to see what Reddington, what happens to him. So we've got a concussion, so we're going to mark that as a yellow because we had an event. And let's see what Reddington rolls. Here we go. Remember, he's rolling a 10-sided and his 20. Here we go. Reddington with a 5 and a 19. That's a big round for him. That is a total of 24. Big round for Reddington. So now we automatically know Judge Blue goes by the actual score of the roll. So a big round for Reddington gets the win. Walter White loses the round, so he gets a 9. Reddington gets a 10 there. And then also Judge Brown, who's tends to be a little controversial, because if the fight's within 5 points per the round, you got to re-roll to see if maybe Judge Brown reverses his 10-9 score. But he's not going to here because it was already a big score. So a big round, big segment, rounds 1, 2, goes to Raymond Reddington. And because of that, he will roll to start rounds 3 and 4. So Reddington now gears up. Reddington with the lead. Let's see what happens. Remember, Walter White has a concussion he's got to deal with. 12 and 20. There's the 20-sided die. He's going to hit again. So it's a total of 32. Big round for segment for Reddington. But he rolls the 20, so he's automatically on that special chart, which we're going to go back to and see what happens. And let's go to it, the outcome, special outcomes. And what is it for Reddington? 6. There's another injury. So we're going to look on an injury again. Could Reddington get hurt this time? Let's find out. Reddington rolls. He rolls a 6. He's got a concussion. They are battling it out, and now he loses 3. We're going to have to check for the TKO, but let's look at this one. So Reddington beating himself up. I mean, he's getting points, so he's making it, but he's going head-to-head with Walter White. So Reddington now, and this is rare. This has never happened since we played the game. Reddington suffers a concussion as well. So both fighters concussed. So that's rounds 3 and 4. And we're going to look and see if there is a TKO on this one. So let's go back and see where we're at. First check, TKO check. Roll 2 dice, and we're going to roll them right now. Here's the roll, 11. It's a TKO. It's over. It is over. The referee stops the bout. Doesn't matter what happened. It is an automatic TKO, and the referee stops the bout. Wow. So it's an automatic fight stoppage there. And we're going to find out now. What we're going to do is we're going to look here to see what round it happened in and go from there. First thing we're going to do is we're going to roll the 20-sided die. Actually, roll the 2 10-sided die, excuse me. So we're going to take this and roll the 2 10-sided die and see what happens. We got a 6, 11, 6 and a 5. That's 11. And that means it happened in a ladder round. So it happened in round 4. Round 4, it stopped. And let's see what happens here as we roll and see what we got. Okay, and see what we got for round time. We're going to roll a 10-sided die. We're going to roll a 6-sided die and another 6-sided die. Let's see. First one, to see what happens. First one occurs in the first 1 minute of the fight, of the round. So the first minute, now we're going to find out the numbers. Okay, so we've got, that's going to be the 10, that's 70, 67 seconds. 60 represents the number of 10 seconds, 67. So it's going to be 67, 107 plus the 1 minute. So a 207 of the 4th round. 207. You can even get the fight time on here of round number 4. The referee stops the bout based on a concussion between Raymond Reddington and Walter White. Walter White suffered the concussion but survived the TKO check. Raymond Reddington in the next round gets the same result, only this time he was unfortunate, and Walter White, the bad man on the planet, gets the win over Raymond Reddington to kick off the showdown in D.C., fight number 1 of Celebrity Boxing. More fights upcoming, so stay with us.